for the background noise. Oh, you're recording. I see it.
That's so cool. All right, so we're recording. And
I'm recording just in case.
Oh, all
Trying
right.
to get my phone working. I will have a new one by tomorrow.
All right, everybody. So we're on with Cami
Where's my
Dempsey.
earphones?
Woo! I'm going to mute everybody, but if you want to ask questions or anything, just unmute yourself. But just so that we don't have any background noise. If you have to run and grab something with your kids, I know mine probably will come flying through the door. So I'm going to mute us. Does that work?
Yes.
All right. Let me see if I can do that.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Let's see.
Ow.
What if
I just jumped off.
If
If everybody mutes themselves, maybe. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Mute.
Oh, I could hear.
Good.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's get this party started. Uh-oh, now you're mute.
All right. There we go. So,
Yeah.
Cami, welcome. I am so excited to have you. For all of you guys, I'm sure you know by now, you've watched her videos and you've seen her in action. This is Cami Pentecost Dempsey. And, you know, I'm sure she could introduce herself, something fabulous. But we are so blessed to have you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're hoping
Yeah.
you could share some goodies with us.
Well, did you have questions you wanted to ask me, Christina, or what were you? I'm here for you.
Thank you. So someone asked today, just today, we have a lot of newbies that joined in, and they'd like to know, basically, they don't want to wait for their kit, which is great. So they want to know, what's the first step? Like, I'm not waiting for the kit. Do you start off with a message on Facebook, or do you start off with calling people? Like, what do you think is the best thing for them?
Well, first and foremost, if you guys are not aware, there's a brand new training academy in the eSuite. So make sure you log into your eSuite, and you should check and go through the newbie training section. If you're an emerging leader, it will have another section available to you. If you're a diamond or higher, then there's even more available to you. And if you're triple and above, then there's more available at that point as well. So make sure you're all very much acquainted with the newbie distributor training, because in that newbie distributor training, there's a getting started checklist. And I wrote that checklist because that's what I do when I get started. And so the first thing is obviously to get them logged into their back office, show them their document section, show them the around the eSuite, make sure they have their auto ship set up, and then also their document library and their training section. Show them their website, show them how they can take people to their website, placing orders, signing up team members, learning about the products. Then, why did you join the business? If you don't already know that, figure that out. Show them how to download Wired. Get them to post on social media. Any brand new traditional business that opens has like a grand opening, right? So how do you have a grand opening? How do you put the balloons outside your storefront if you don't have a storefront? Well, you obviously scream it from the rooftops, from your social media. So something as simple as making a post on your Facebook that says, oh my gosh, I'm super excited. I just started my business with It Works. I can't wait to get my wrap on. Especially if they never tried a wrap, right? I can't wait to get my wrap on. If that doesn't cause people to like and comment, then they may not have many friends and followers, and that's okay. Anybody that likes and comments, I would then send a personal message going, oh my gosh, have you ever heard of the It Works wrap? And just started a dialogue. But that's where you come in as the sponsor. Help them have that conversation. You don't want them throwing up all over people, but you want them letting people know they're open for business. But I firmly believe posting is not asking. So I also want you to schedule a launch party, a time where they can launch their business. If they're not where you can go launch them personally, do an online launch party. And if they are close, you could do both, right? You could do both. And we want them to get their 4 customers, right? Because we want them to get their $100 shopping spree. So schedule their launch party. And for just so you guys know, I've always called it a practice party so that brand new person doesn't feel intimidated. I don't want that new person to feel intimidated. And then I don't have that training. I don't have that new distributor training right in front of me. But then they downloaded Wired. They go to the events. They find an event on social media that they can, or an event that they can attend. There's a lot of background noise. Can somebody mute their phones for us, please? Thank you. We want to make sure they get to an event. That's so important to build your belief, to grow your vision, your confidence of what you have your hands on, to hear other people out there doing it, that you can learn what they're doing, and success leaves clues. So whether you get to a one team, one mission, a team wrap party, whether it's getting to a mini boot camp or big boot camp, a green carpet or a conference, the sooner you can get that new distributor to an event, the quicker they're going to start really holding on to what they really having an idea of what they have their hands on, basically. So we've got social media, hundreds list. You got to start writing down your hundreds list. And there's a memory jogger in the training academy to help bring the people to mind. And for those of you who are helping your new people get started, schedule some power hours where you're doing Zooms and you're helping them contact, you're teaching them what to say and how to say it. So
Hold on.
And if you don't already have like weekly or bi-weekly online parties, get that in place. Lots of hands make light work. And when several people within an organization, help to put that type of thing on regularly, it gives your team a place that they can constantly be feeding new people that want to learn about the business. If you've got a larger team locally, then you should be doing weekly or bi-weekly in-person wrap parties. And then obviously for triples and above, you want to be hosting at least every other month, if not every month, a one team, one mission that your team can be plugging into. So that might sound like a lot, but it's just the new distributor training list. So every single one of you should make it a priority this week to get acclimated with that training academy, because we just completely gutted it and revamped it, and it is incredible. So talk about supporting you. Don't worry, you won't have to teach somebody what a blitz is. It's all right there. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't schedule a time to go blitzing with someone. It doesn't mean you shouldn't schedule a power hour where you're teaching them how to reach out to the people on their hundreds list, or even how to develop their hundreds list. A lot of times when I tell someone to do a hundreds list and then we get together to look at their hundreds list, they got like 15 names on it. I look at them and I say, if I gave you $100 for every name you got on that list, how many names would you write down? I guarantee they would figure out how to get a whole lot more names on that list. And the reason I do that is because every name on that list is worth $100 fast start bonus when they join, and we help them get their customers, right? So it's a great way to teach them the value of that hundreds list, which obviously that could amount to way more, but that's just, more of one of those right now bonuses. You got wrap cash, you got the weekly bonuses, and then you got the residual income and leadership bonuses that get paid out monthly. So
That's awesome.
If you guys did not see my live today, I gave you guys three a 3-thing to-do list of what you should be doing with every brand new person you just signed. So that really even makes it more simple. And then don't forget, at the beginning of every month, I do my coaching calls. So the July 1st coaching call is on the dashboard of the eSuite right now. And there's a July game plan that you can print off from your document section and fill out, so you have a game plan in place for the month of July. And again, if you fail to plan, it's like you're planning to fail. So make sure you take time to print off that sheet and fill that out.
That's awesome. I thank you so much. I wrote so many notes on that. I know that you have a podcast. So today I was listening to one of your podcasts, and you talked about your list that you do the night before, your list of 6. Would you share that?
I would. And for all of you that would love to, you guys can all subscribe to my my podcast channel. I do one a month, sometimes 2 a month if I can get to it. And I just did one with my dad, so there'll be one coming up with him. So just go to iTunes and you can find that it's all things leadership, thinking like a leader, because whether you have that title right now or not, the things that are going to get you there if you don't have the title yet, right? So it's set into a leader, and then continuing to raise the bar for all of you who already have a title or you would call yourself a leader. Okay, so I believe in a daily practice called the Daily Six List. And that is basically, before I go to bed at night, I write down 6 things, the 6 top things I need to do for my business the next day. So, you know, at least one of the things on that list is going to be around personal development. Another thing on that list is going to be around somehow adding names to my hundreds list. And another thing on that is going to be somehow following up or contacting people from my hundreds list. There might also be like a social media post. There might be, you know, looking for networking events, doing an expo, doing a rep party, whatever the case might be. But here's what I know. You are at your best first thing in the morning. And if you know before you go to bed the 6 things that you need to do, the likelihood of you actually getting them done. And if you don't tell your time where to go, it's going to go somewhere. So I'm a big believer of being intentional with your business, not just hoping success happens, but taking the intentional action to ensure that success happens. And there was something else I was thinking. Oh, if you have a real busy week and you're looking ahead at your week on a Sunday night, you could plan a 6 list for a couple days that you know you're going to be able to really get your work done, and maybe the days you know aren't. They're going to be real challenging days. You can do 2 or 3 and then maybe do 8 or 9 on the other days. And so then you can look at a week in advance and really be intentional with building your business. Because here's the thing, if you wake up one day and say, I don't feel like it, or you wake up one day and go, it's just too busy and I can't build my business today, a day turns into 2, and then it turns into a week. And the next thing you know, it's a month. And then all of a sudden it's many months. And then it's like really hard to pick it back up again. And so you've got to be really disciplined every day to set aside time for your business. And a lot of times some of these 6 list items is like, it takes a minute or 2, you know, and maybe one of your 6 lists for Sunday, on Sunday, you schedule all your posts for the week, or you schedule some posts for the week, at least your business and product posts, right? And then you can just post about family and regular life as your week is unfolding. So, you know, this is about getting intentional with time management.
I love that. Be intentional. Now, speaking of about social media, there's a lot of us are new, and how would you suggest on gaining more followers? Like, do you suggest to go into groups? I know with myself, I'm a teacher, so I'll go into all the teacher type of places, and I find all my teacher friends that are doing things, and I intentionally will be humble and kind, and I comment on their pictures or their posts or anything, and for me, it's all about making connection. So and then from there I gain followers. But do you have a special tip in gaining more followers? I don't think we hear you. Can you hear us? Seems like we all have a bad connection. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, thumbs up. I don't hear you, Cami.
Okay.
Oh,
wait. Can you hear me?
Coming in and out. Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I haven't moved. I'm rocking a little, but I haven't moved. I'm out at the Pentecost Ranch, and I'm telling you, it's in the middle of nowhere. So I'm praying my Wi-Fi works, right? Okay, so, you know, I have 2 YouTube recordings that I did on social media, everything social media. It is not one of my greatest gifts. Now, so I always like to defer to the experts, right? And I don't pretend to know what's not in my wheelhouse. But when I don't know something well, and this is a leadership tip for you guys, I don't try to tell my team how to do something I don't know how to do. So what I do is I go find someone that they're an expert in that, and they interview them on a team call, you know, so that we can learn from them. So here's I've got 2 on there. There's one with a Claire Flores, and there's one with Barb Hauser and Marina Winkler. And Christina, if you want to message me or my assistant after our call, I'll make sure your team gets both of those links. They're powerful. One is called Blitzing on Social Media and in person, and the other one's about how to build your business on social media. Perfect. And they're both incredible. Perfect.
I'll definitely get those.
And there's some something all of us can do. You don't have to be a blogger. You don't have to be, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. You don't have to be an online marketer. You don't have to be a blogger. You can be any one of us. It's just about consistency and putting some of these practices in play.
All right, great. Yeah, because most of us here all have other careers, and this is a side business which we're hoping to turn into something more. And you know, so for me, it's that whole 20 minutes. I get that. Sometimes it's 5. You know, I'll run in the car and I spend my time on self-development in the car is when I know I'm going to listen to you. I listen to all the leaders that I feel inspire me. And I'll listen to my books on tape. And I feel when I get those 5, 10, 15 minutes, I mean, just so we have to be mindful about scrolling through Facebook. Sometimes that can be
It can be a
bad.
time waster for sure.
To be a time waster. So I think that those power hours are, I'm intentional with my time, and I'll put my timer on, and all right, when that 5 minutes goes up, all right, well, what, I have to move on. I can't spend any more time here because I know I can get like that. I can get a little crazy. So so that's important.
And that's the other thing about that daily 6 list is if you know, like you have 1 hour to get those 6 things, you know, I spend 15 minutes following and then I spend 15 minutes posting. And then, so get really, I mean, down the last 5 minutes, you know, be really strategic with every minute. But here's the thing, guys, especially with all of you having other careers, that's what I do about the business I believe that makes this business so doable for anybody, no matter what their profession is, whether they want this to be their full-time profession or just a part-time deal. This business goes with you wherever you are. So like I said, you can schedule social media stuff a week in advance, or you can do it the night before you go to bed, right? But regardless of social media, get out there and talk to people. You're out and about for your job every day. You run errands for your kids. They're in different groups. Talk to anybody and everybody. Probably one of the most profound things that I heard from the $9.99 promotion.
Wait, say that again.
Somebody I personally enrolled back in the day said to me, I messaged so many people. Somebody said, this was somebody that I had personally enrolled back in the day. They said to me, because of this promotion, I actually talked to people that I've never talked to about this business. She's been in for 2 years. I was like, what do you mean you're just now talking to them? What do you
Up your
people? And when the $9.99 came out, oh, darn it. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. But I just, you know, I don't know why we get so much more confidence selling a $9.99 kit than when it costs $99. There's no reason. It's still the same business. It means your confidence isn't where it needs to be. And the only way for you to get where you need to be is to get around people that are going to push you to think bigger, dream bigger, believe for more, raise your confidence because you're hearing more success stories. So I would encourage you to get to more events. I'd encourage you to get around more people that are It Works lifers, that are all in with It Works, so that confidence and belief can just, you know, rub all over you so that you can then take that and build your own business with it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So get to events. We need to definitely get to some events. And, you know.
Where are you from, Christina?
So we're from, well, many of us, I know myself, I'm from Westchester County. So it's New York. And
okay, I can tell in your accent.
I definitely have that Yonkers accent sometimes. So we're about 25 to 30 minutes outside of Manhattan. I am personally. Many of us are New York. We're New York people. So there's been a lot of events in New Jersey. There are not many events in New York, which sometimes I start to think, well, maybe that's because we're supposed to be the ones getting to that point where we can actually get those events. Like I have an image in my mind. I'm like, I know we could do this, but we just have to get there. We have to get some diamonds and above. So so we could do this and get some events in New York because New York needs this. Yeah.
Yes. I do know there are some coming up in July, I think. So, Christina, make sure you connect with me after. I'll get you in touch with one of our regionals who's going to be out there. I'm not sure what part of New York, but she's going to be in New York.
All right, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I know on Wired there is one, I think in Rockaway, that's New Jersey. And there's one, no, yeah, that's Rockaway. That's the one I
Well,
was thinking of.
I know there's one in Maine. I know there's one in Rockaway. I know there's about to be one on the calendar in Connecticut.
Ooh,
There was
that's cool. Connecticut's right here.
Okay, there's just one in Pennsylvania. I know there's going to be one at the end of July in DC. I'm just giving you a few that I know that are out there because they've just been on the, but we know, and we are working tirelessly to hire a regional for your specific region so that we can really help get you guys up and firing on all cylinders.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great. I mean, social media is great now that we have all these live features that we can get to know all of you leaders, and we can get to be inspired to hear your stories, because your stories are what inspired me. I mean, I know I didn't do anything. When I first started, I did nothing for the first 3 months. I didn't even know what this was. All I knew is that I liked the wraps. I liked the wraps so much that I came home and I put one on my husband while he was in bed. I get up out of bed, and I put him. I became a distributor that night because I just knew I wanted all these products and wanted to give them, but I didn't sell them. I just was giving things away because I didn't know what a business was. I'm a teacher. I don't know the business world. So for me, this is all still fairly new. I mean, I'm in for 3 years, but I'm obsessed now. I'm definitely obsessed now.
Common. I'm a former teacher too.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. The skill set to be an incredible boss babe with this business. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I am learning, but myself and my husband, we went to Connecticut to a rap party, One Team, One Mission. Didn't know what it was. And that's when we met Pam Souter. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know anything about this. And I'm sitting there, both my husband and I, mouth dropped, thinking, what is this? This is a lot more than just a rap. This is intense. So thank you for being, available and posting on social media and getting us to be able to get to know you and see your story, because that's what definitely inspired me to go to the next level. And I definitely hope to go further, and I hope to inspire. That's what I want to do is help my team build. I want to build them. And sometimes I feel guilty when I don't.
Well, you will, and you are. I love that you. Well, that's a big sense of responsibility. I like that, because there's a feeling of urgency and a desire to help others. And that's what makes you a good teacher too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for this call. I took a lot of notes, and I don't know if anybody has a last minute question, because I don't want to take up too much of your time here, because we're almost on half hour.
But we have a time for a couple questions.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions? Minutes.
If you have a question, just unmute yourself. Go ahead, Liz. I see your finger. Hey, Liz. Liz, you trying to talk?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you.
Oh, okay.
We can see you now.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Hi, Liz.
Hi. No, I really don't have questions, but this is excellent information. I'm working on getting distributors now, and I'm starting to get on the roll of things. So I love going on these Zooms and getting all this information, and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Make sure you guys are fun.
Christina's excellent with us. Christina.
Thanks. That's really nice. Thank you, Liz.
Christina's the
are.
best.
Yep.
Lori,
Thank
too.
Yep.
I'm doing a lot of lives this week, just so you guys know, to really help all the brand new people get started. But I'm putting a lot of tips in there.
That's awesome. We will definitely be sure to catch on those, for sure.
Yes.
All right. Any last minute questions, you guys?
Nope.
All right. Well, I know that
Well,
later
here
on,
you
I'm
guys
definitely going to
picture-
have some.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Kemi, and thank you, my team. You guys are awesome. I'm so proud. All right, cool. Thank you once again.
Thank you
So
and good night.
you guys should all give Christina lots of kudos because she worked hard to get me on here and she was very patient. And I love the mark of leadership in that. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
That's what got me, is when you saying that. I was like, oh, I got to ask. So thank you so much.
All right. Good
All right,
night, you
everybody.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
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 All right, let me stop this. End meeting. Close and stop.